Hi, my name is Elycia Cook, and I serve as the CEO of Big Brothers Big Sisters Colorado. And at Big Brothers Big Sisters of Colorado, we ignite the potential of youth through mentoring. The work that I do is important to me because I made a commitment to being the person I needed most when I was a child. I was born in Detroit, Michigan, in an area called the Black Bottom, and it's called the Black Bottom because it was most affected by the 1967 riots. Literally, my mom had to be police escorted to the hospital, my 16-year-old mom, who turned out to be the single mom of 3 girls by the time she was 20 years old. I am a first-generation high school and college graduate. My grandparents had maybe a 4th and 8th grade education. I don't think my mom got beyond 9th or 10th grade. And with all those challenges in my life, in every way my life was meant to be a statistic. I'm sure you've heard data that sometimes just the area code you're born in can predict the rest of your life. But I always had mentors. I was one of those people who could go this way or that way, depending upon what happened in my life. So I credit everything to, well, my mom, who fought hard as a young teen mom, but also my 3 mentors, Stephanie, Deborah, and Vivian, and here we are 30 years later leading the largest mentoring organization in Colorado. Every single thing I do is personal. Every grant we write, every presentation I do, every talk I have, every time I'm with my little, because I'm a big sister, it's real for me, and I see the difference it makes. At my organization, we coined and trademarked a phrase called Mentor Life, and that means to always have someone investing in you and to pay it forward by always investing in someone else. And that's how I live my life. You lift as you climb, right? Whatever I am climbing towards, I'm always thinking, who's coming with me? Who's coming with me? In my workplace, in my community, and in my sister circle. A lot of people are afraid to be a mentor, but you don't have to be perfect, you just have to be present. In 2020, I received a National Lifetime Achievement Award in mentoring. It was the last great thing I did in 2020. It was in January before the world shut down. But to win that award, to be hired as the first Black female CEO and president of Big Brothers Big Sisters in Colorado's 106-year history, that was huge. And when I came in, I think being a woman, having those lived experiences, being a Black woman, post George Floyd, also I came from more of a programming, like a really grassroots community type of past and history of experience, to an organization that had a lot more corporate feel, I think. And sometimes just the way I interact, or the way I get things done, or things that I do that work really well with the youth or in the communities that we serve, didn't go over so well when you're having a conversation with those who have never had that lived experience, those who don't look like you, those who don't get your style, your humor. I am a very outgoing person. I have a big personality, and I was always told to tone that down, but I don't know how. It's who I am. So I've been getting a lot of coaching on making sure my intent matches my impact, but my mentors don't tone it down, because that same thing that people are telling you to tone it down is what got you Large Agency of the Year, is what got you that. So just finding that balance and being understood by people who don't look like you. What if it doesn't work out? What if just all the fears, So I think that's really hard, learning to walk in your own shoes, to walk authentically, to trust yourself, to trust your gut, to not people please. I think that's always something women face. You hear things like, oh, women are so emotional. I think men are far more emotional than women. That's my personal, I see it all the time. Or all these, peeling back the stereotypes, trusting listening, understand we operate differently, understanding even in households, it's getting better, but data still shows women carry about 70% of the household duties as well. So if you're doing 70% of the household duties and you're working full time, so how do we reconcile that? I travel quite a bit, and I always have with my work. And whenever I was on a plane or somewhere, or even if I'd go home, people say to me, "Where are your kids?" And I'd say, "With their dad." But men never get asked that. Where are your kids? Oh my gosh, is it okay that you travel that much? I used to get asked all the time. If I met, people, "Ooh, your husband mind you doing all that traveling?" And do men get asked that? No. And understanding that a woman's leadership style is just going to be different. It's going to be different. Not better, not worse, but different. Things are changing, and I'm so grateful that it is, that more men are stepping up and households are a partnership now. We always have heard strong Black woman, power to the people, strong woman. And I used to kind of wear that as a badge of an honor. Like, people would always say to me, "You're so strong, you're so strong." But I felt like a failure if I didn't live up to that, or if I didn't get the help that I needed. I believe that's a lie we tell women, and we've got to stop. Yes, you need to take care of yourself so that you could be strong in needed moments. Yes, you do have to have the kind of fortitude that you don't fall apart at everything, but you gotta give us that space, even in the workplace, because we carry a lot on our shoulders all the time. I have always found when you take good care of a woman and her needs, and you help her to be better for her family, for herself, for her community, she's gonna help you. She's gonna help your company be better. Your clients are gonna do better. Your employees will do better. There's something very special to a woman who's mentally, physically healthy and happy in the workplace and in her home and in the community. Can't be duplicated. So if we need to do more, the more is just continue to add that additional support, but make our workplaces very understanding and compassionate, and understand the beauty that strong, no, not strong, remember, I'm getting rid of that, but healthy mentally, healthy physically, and happy women bring to the workplace and to life.